I'm Chris Yacklon, and I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Throughout my military career, I spent the bulk of my career out in Las Vegas. It was the first job I had as I was protecting some sensitive resources out there at Nellis. I would deploy to Kuwait early on in my military career with a larger weaponry system to support Operation Southern Watch. And then from 2003 to 2006, I was part of the emerging drone mission for the United States Air Force and Department of Defense. We were fighting the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan from our backyard. You'd be in war for 12 hours of your shift, and then you'd drive home to your apartment here in Nevada. So psychologically, it was very odd. Like, you felt you were in the combat zone every day because you were seeing it on the screens and it was that important. But I don't know what it did to the human psyche at the time. Some things would kind of happen in my personal life after that would change a lot. When Adam joined the Marine Corps, it was a natural fit. Anybody who joins the military, especially after 9/11 happened, you're looking for that purpose. I think that's why he made the choice. It's like, let me go be a Marine. He was in between Fallujah and Ramadi during the heaviest parts of the fighting of the Iraq conflict. I mean, you hear guys like Jocko and everything talk about like the triangle of death. My brother was dead set in the middle of the triangle of death with a Marine unit. I think it changed him. Like, you look at everything across history, you read any of the books out there, war changes anybody that's been involved with it. Trauma or mass events like that changes anybody, and it really changed my brother. And I get that call. I get the text, actually, from my stepmom. I was like, I need you to call me as soon as possible. Something's wrong with Adam. All right. Didn't think anything of it. And I'm about to pull off the highway to go celebrate and have some pizza with my classmates, and she's like, Adam's dead. Adam's dead. He had died by suicide that day, 25th of July, 2017. And it changed my world forever.
I think that was the first time I saw or heard someone broke in through the phone. There was a time where I was concerned that he wasn't going to make it. There were times I thought, we're going to have to camp out outside of his house, or we might get that phone call. Are we ready for that phone call?
I couldn't catch a break. A fellow first sergeant I served with, he had died by suicide. On the day of my buddy's funeral, I'm going through social media, and I see this, what appears to be a manifesto from one of my old airmen. My first thought was like, today's not going to be a good day. And sadly, my hunch was right. He had killed his own family and taken his own life on the day of my buddy's funeral. It was just compounding trauma after trauma after trauma. I cracked. I fell hard with alcohol. That was rock bottom. I first heard about Mission 22 just by like surfing the internet and looking on there and seeing some of the programs that they had available. I was like, something seems right about this. To be in a program like the R&R program with them and the innovative things that they're putting together, I have not seen in any other veteran nonprofit. It's putting all this stuff together to heal in the most effective way possible. They're making you do a lot of the hard work through reading, through audiobooks, through physical fitness, through nutrition, open discussion, critical thinking, neuroplasticity and cognitive feedback to where you're developing the brain more. It's given me a chance to regain my life. Cycling's been a big part of my recovery. Is around the time I retired, a little over a year ago, I set forth, as like, let me set this goal to ride 2,020 miles in 2020 for another veteran nonprofit that supports Gold Star families and those lost either to accident or to suicide. Every time I got on that bike, I was like, you know what? There's a name, there's a dash that I'm gonna honor today. Not the dates on the gravestone. Is like, I'm gonna honor that life. So it gave me purpose. And it just became like a release for me to where the pedals would spin and I would get out of my head for a little bit. physically I was starting to feel better. I could see the improvements, and I've tracked my data over the past year, and it's phenomenal on the growth that I've had on a bike.
He's just on a mission and is relentless about it. You know, every day he pushes it. From the loss of his brother and a number of different trauma that he had gone through in his life, it was absolutely critical for him to find something that he could sink his teeth into. I think he's taken the ball and run with it with Mission 22, especially the R&R, the recovery and resilience part. I think it makes him stronger in the person that he is today.
I don't know why I fell on the bike. It was just like, okay, it called to me, and then I kept going. So you know that scene from Forrest Gump where he just starts running one day and it ends up in Monument Valley in Utah? He's like, I'm tired, I think I'll go home now. I'm not tired yet. I'm not ready to throw the towel in like Forrest Gump did. I'm getting on that bike and I'm keeping on going because there's something about it. There's something about just getting out in nature, having that breeze in your face and seeing some of the beautiful landscape here in Las Vegas where it takes you away from the stressors and the challenges of the world for a little bit. And you can just appreciate the beauty that is out there and be in the moment. And then it got serious because the Air Force enrolled me in the Air Force Wounded Warrior program and it got transformed into Lo and Behold training. If I do this well, maybe I can go represent the Air Force. Maybe my grief and everything in my entire story can come to fruition because I can put the energy into something positive. If I made the team, I'd just be overwhelmed with emotion. I suffered a lot of my trauma because of my military service, but at the end, it's like, I gotta be grateful that I'm allowed to compete in this because there are others who didn't make it home or lost the war at home that's what it's about.
Please welcome our very own Director of the Air Force Wounded Warrior Program, Colonel Rich Obert. Over to you, sir.
Welcome, warriors and athletes. Today we're going to announce the 2021 Air Force Team for Warrior Games. The selection was difficult as there were many hardworking and deserving individuals, and the work and dedication was apparent by all. I know the suspense is killing you, so I'll turn it back over to Marcia. Good luck to each of you. Back to you, Marcia.
All right, thank you, sir.
Starting us out from Air Education and Training Command, Major Daniel, Lieutenant Dan Cariña.
Yes, yes, yes. Air Combat Command, out of Texas, Master Sergeant Nicole Nikki Favuza.
From Valdosta, Georgia, Technical Sergeant retired Antonio Del Vecchio.
From East Liberty, Ohio, Airman retired Pete Murphy.
Technical Sergeant retired Margie Hinkle.
And coming up next, former pole vaulter, that is very similar to Blaze Velarde, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, Master Sergeant retired Chris Jacksomek.
Warrior Games competitor back on the team, Staff Sergeant retired Joseph Alex Pate.
Whew.
What? He did
All right.
big things. Back in the day, he's going to do big things. Coming to you from St. Henry.
Wow. We look at Mission 22 and we see all the shirts, we see all the flags out there. I don't think enough of the people understand how big the programs actually are and how that is actually in there. And like, I'm a benefactor from the donations of these private donors that are there to allow me to live life, to improve life for not only myself, but for friends, for fellow veterans, for my children, for my girlfriend, for my family, is to be that, to say, you know what? We can keep going at the end of the day. We can keep going no matter how hard it gets. no matter how difficult life becomes, we can keep going.
We have this value in the Air Force, this belief, a wingman concept. We're going to take care of each other. We've got each other. And it gives us hope, right? And so if you have been knocked down, I say this a lot, by the baseball bat of life, right? You're on the ground. If you know that someone's got you, it's got your six, no matter what, that's going to help you get back up again. And that's part of Mission 22, I think, for him. That connection, that human connection, that's what's going to save us. Yeah, that's what saved him. He can be a light in darkness. No matter how dark that spiral is, to know that someone got back up again and navigated their way out, that they can get through it too, that they are not alone. Not for one moment of one day. That's what he could be. He could be a beacon of light.
Welcome to the stream. What an exciting night we have. We are in night 2 of the Super Dirt Week charity event, raising funds for Mission 22. This is a Chris Yacklon memorial event. We are got quite the format tonight. We're going to start off the night with your 6 or actually 5 top qualifiers. Last night in the 358 modifieds. They are going to do battle, and they're going to try to race their way to the pole position. So this will settle out your top 5 for tomorrow night. Isaac Salas, Kyle Parker, Nick Vickery, Dean Reynolds, Justin Sick are in the field tonight. We will see those cars do battle here momentarily. Again, if you're coming back to the stream, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. What a great night we have tonight. Follow along with the 00 of Nick Vickery, Spartan Racing driver. Got Mission 22 on board that machine. Dean Reynolds in the 79 with a wrap for the memorial. In front of him, you got Isaac Salas in the 5 car, Venom Racing driver. On board with Dean Reynolds, Full Throttle Motorsports driver, following the 5 car of Isaac Salas. Looks like they are going to exit the track and get ready to get down to business. You got a 10 lap to settle out your top 5 qualifiers tonight. Justin Sick, Dean Reynolds will start 1-2. Isaac Salas, Nick Vickery on the 2nd row. Kyle Parker will roll off in the 5th position. So should have a great night tonight. Great run by these guys. Justin Sick will bring him to the green flag. Got Dean Reynolds to his outside. Looks like all the Spartan team is sporting the Mission 22 logo aboard, as is the 79 car of Dean Reynolds. The 015 car independent driver Justin Sick will bring the field to the green flag. He will roll off in P1. He was your quick time qualifier in the 358 modifieds last night. Super Dirt Car Series Dean Reynolds to his outside in the 79 machine. Timed in second quick. Watch that 5 car coming from the second row. Got a stout field from front to back. Looks like they will have one to go next time by. Lights are off on the pace truck. These things are definitely a handful here at Charlotte, trying to keep them straight. Coming up next, we'll have 2 358 last chance qualifiers. That'll be right after the pole scramble. The 015 is heading towards the green flag. Green flag is out. We are underway. The 5 car of Isaac Salas dives down low early, trying to get underneath the 79 car of Dean Reynolds. Isaac Salas down low, Reynolds up high. 5 car settles in P2. Dean Reynolds in P3. You can see your leader, Justin Sick, out front. Looks like the second 2 are closing in. Looking back at Nick Vickery, the 00 car, right on the rear bumper of Reynolds. Looks like Vickery's going to go for the pass in the 00 Spartan machine. Side by side, Reynolds at the line. Working lap 4 of 10. Looks like the 00 car might get a good run off of that corner. The Spartan team's trying to surround the 79 of Reynolds. Up front, Justin Sick with almost a second gap over the 5 car of Isaac Salas. This is race for the pole position for tomorrow night's main event. Kyle Parker in the 013 car trying to pull up on the back of the 79. See if he doesn't take it 3 wide here. Justin Sick out front. Isaac Salas in second place with a comfortable lead. Nick Vickery falls back, gives Kyle Parker, his teammate, a try at the 79. See if Kyle can't get by Dean Reynolds. Working lap 8 of 10. Little contact, not too bad. Justin Sick has led flag to flag. Kyle Parker with a good run. Kyle Parker up to the 3rd position. We do have 2 laps to go. That is your best battle on the track. Currently, this is the last lap. Up front, your leader, Justin Sick. 2 more corners to get it done. Put himself on the pole for the big event tomorrow night. Justin Sick, followed by Salas, Parker, Reynolds, Nick Vickery are your top 5 qualifiers for tomorrow night. We will get a word with those gentlemen as they come for their podium. That is your top 5 starting positions for tomorrow night's main event. Zach Chapman's up in the booth adminning as he usually does. Greatly appreciated, Zach. So we will get a word with these drivers here momentarily. Nick Vickery, it's Joe. You got me?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Good run, brother. Another day's work here in the show. You're going to be rolling off P5. How was your run, man? How'd the car feel? You ready for tomorrow night?
Yeah, we got kind of messed up by the start. We both Kyle and I were a little late there on the start, and I did the respectable thing and lifted in 1 and 2, and finishing 5th makes me believe that maybe I shouldn't have. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to junk your car in the pole shuffle, but at the same time, it cost me positions. So
Yeah, man. You know what? The worst case scenario, you started P5 in the main event, so that's the worst it can get. That's pretty darn good. You got anybody you'd like to thank, brother, for your run?
yeah, I got to shout out Spartan every time I get up here, and after that will be SPGC 3D printing. If anybody has any 3D printing needs, definitely go check out Tom Taylor over on Facebook. After that would be VMR Wraps. If anybody out there needs a wrap, come check us out on Facebook at VMR E-Wraps. Miriam Majado Spa, my wife, for letting me do this. Roger and Preston for putting on these great events. Of course, Mission 22, the reason we're doing all this. And then you for putting on a great show. I know it's early in the night. It's going to be a long night, I think. But you always do a great job. So I look forward to watching it.
Thanks, Nick. Ladies and gentlemen, the 00 Spartan Racing driver, Nick Vickery, will roll off P5 tomorrow night in the main event. We will get a quick word with his teammate, the 013 of Kyle Parker. Kyle Parker's Joe, you got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, good job. I thought you and Nick were going to do a Spartan sandwich with the 79 car. It looks like you guys were all over the back of the 79. How was your run, man?
It wasn't bad. That restart kind of screwed us, and when we were like, we're probably gonna finish here because the way the track was, the 1-lane track, it was gonna be tough. And I don't know if Dean, there was net code with Isaac, but I think he got on his inside, and Dean got a little squirrely, and it created a little bit of chaos with Nick, and Nick had to get off the throttle, so it kind of allowed me to catch up to the back of him. And then I had a good run coming off of 2, and I didn't want to bring it up that far, to slide into Dean, but I mean, because I was content with 4th, because it doesn't really matter where you finish here. There's 75 laps, so I mean, you'll probably see guys coming from 20th to top 5, top 3, so. But it was fun. It was definitely a blast, like always.
Yeah, man, it's good to show off that great qualifying from last night. Yeah, you're right. You roll off. It doesn't really matter in the main where you guys.
A lot of laps.
Where we roll off. Yeah, a lot of laps, brother. You got anybody you'd like to thank, man?
Oh yeah, first and always Spartan Racing. Those guys, man, they make me a better driver every week. You for the broadcast jumping on. I didn't know you were broadcasting tonight, so that's sweet. And then Roger and Preston and all the guys that do the behind the scenes work to get this thing rolling. Great cause, and just everyone that allows me to do this.
Yeah, man. Have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. We'll see you tomorrow night as well.
All right, man. See ya. Ladies and gentlemen, the 79 car brings it home in P4. Dean, this is Joe. You got me?
How you doing, Joe?
Man, I'm super well, brother. How are you?
Not bad. Just fun to be in this pole scramble, and very happy to be in the top 6. And kind of a shock. I thought I had a chance in 358s, but to do it in big block as well. I'm kind of enjoying this. It didn't really matter where you finish in this one. We got 75 long laps tomorrow. I made some mistakes out there. I knew what I did, and I got the car too far sideways. But I'm going to learn from that. And then tomorrow's going to be a whole different deal, though. This track's going to be blown off. It's going to be right up against the wall. So we're going to give it a heck tomorrow.
Yeah, man. I was watching you last night, and you had a heck of a night, brother, in both. So you have another pole scramble coming up later on tonight. You got anybody you'd like to thank for your run?
Well, I want to thank Roger and the entire Coast to Coast gang, to be part of this Chris Yacklon Memorial. And, thanks to Roger for reaching out and asking about doing a Super Dirt Week, type of deal like this. And I was proud to do the program for him. And it really, other than these pole scrambles, it does mirror exactly what Super Dirt Week does. And I think with all the competitors being almost 70 competitors, I think it's really cool. So I got to thank everyone from Coast to Coast. And then personally, I want to thank Brian Lawson for doing this awesome rap, this military tribute rap. I got to thank him and Magnum Race Design. I got to thank the guys from Full Throttle Motorsports for helping me become a little bit better driver, a little bit faster driver. And then, my Super Dirt Car Series, my job, also proud sponsor of this event. And I'm just tickled, and we'll go get the big block out after these two LCQs, and we'll try it again.
Yeah, you, my friend, are living a dream. Great run by you, Dean. We'll see you in the pole scramble for the big blocks, and so hopefully we talk to you again at that time.
All right, Joe, and good job yourself on the 358s. That was cool to see.
Thanks, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, the 5 car of Isaac Salas started P3, brought it home in P2. Isaac, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, sir, I do.
Good run, brother. How'd the car feel? How'd you jump up to second place there?
Man, just being aware, having a good start, and then just having a nice little battle with Dino. Kept it clean with me, made that a lot of fun. Other than that, I was trying just to, be smooth. If I could catch Justin, I could catch Justin, but I'm a sucker for that outside line at Charlotte. So, I mean, P2 is pretty good for me. I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, man. No one is unfortunate in this pole scramble. Starting at the front of the field. Hopefully, the early mayhem in the back won't get us. You got anybody you'd like to thank, brother?
Oh, absolutely. Everybody at Coast to Coast for putting this event on, and Mission 22 with them. This whole group together has just been a really fun experience, and I hope that it also it gets the word out there a little bit. It's a sad cause, but it is a true cause that we need to talk about. So I hope that it brings light on the situation. So hats off to that, to just this entire event that we got going on. Everybody for joining and watching and all that other stuff. And then obviously to, the boys over at Venom, those guys are in my ear during that heat. You go get them, and there's just a really good feeling to have this good event with good people. So
yeah, absolutely. Were you catching him, or was it just kind of steady?
I was trying things on a tacky track just because me and this track tacky are kind of sketchy together. But so one lap I'd catch him and I'd be like, okay, well I could try it again, and then it'd be all right. And then I'd try to switch it up to see if something else would work, and it would not work at all. So,
are you in the big block scramble?
Yes, I am. So we're gonna have to figure something out for that one. I think I start P5 in that.
All right, man. Well, we'll see you later on tonight. Great run by you, my brother, and thank you. Thank you for coming out.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Joe.
All right, man. Ladies and gentlemen, the 015 of Justin 6 shows up on the scenes, puts the 015 on the pole with running the 358 quick time last night. Justin, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Man, you're pretty hard to stop here at Charlotte. Man, you got out to elite, led flag to flag. You were super quick last night, setting up a real good night for tomorrow night for the main event. How's your run, man? How'd the car feel? Give us the lowdown.
Yeah, man, it's I was pretty dumbfounded. Last night when qualifying was over, I was there was a lot of good drivers. I don't know the exact amount, but I think there was like 62 registered or whatever for it. So I mean, to be able to do that with the caliber of guys that come out and run with us is pretty impressive. The car felt really good. I think once the track slicks off a little bit more, it'll be pretty good racing. That's for sure.
Yeah, man, great run by you, Isaac Salas. It didn't look like he was coasting in. Typical Charlotte. Everyone kind of got in line. The back three were battling back and forth, but once you got on front and put it on cruise control, man, you had the field. You got anybody you'd like to thank for your run tonight?
Oh yeah, of course, man. Elite Performance Industries, those guys jumped on board with me, and it's been nothing but good, since I've been with them. Nick at VMR Reps, he's, I've been loyal with him for going on maybe a year now, and he's continuously pumping cars out for me that look, phenomenal. Great work there. Dirt Car Esports, doing great things with those guys over there as well. Dino, he's part of that as well. But yeah, it's just, Roger and all those guys, they put on some amazing shows, man, and it's an honor to be here.
Yeah, man, it's an honor to have you in the show. So, are you running in the big blocks? Did you make the pole scramble for the big blocks last night?
Yes, sir, I did. Second quick.
There you go. So we'll get to talk to you again tonight. Great run by you, my friend, and we will talk to you later on this evening in the big block pole scramble.
Sounds good, Joe. Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We got our top 5 starting drivers for tomorrow night's main event. Justin Sick, Isaac Salas, Kyle Parker, Dean Reynolds, Nick Vickery will roll off in front of the field of the 358s. We have 2B main last chance qualifiers, and we will head that way, and we will be right back.
History repeats itself. History is always.
Hey, Joe, you there?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people who have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. We brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
On this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. This hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money, and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get the treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. What we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their families' permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out of a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, and this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind. And it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens when we don't listen to the stories of the warriors that fought in our name. Because it's not okay. It's not okay that everyone didn't know about veteran suicide. It's not okay that these things were a secret or left unsaid, or that it was shameful. It's not okay that it's shameful to suffer alone and suffer in silence, because if you ask for help, that you're no longer a warrior, that you're weak.
Yeah. So I come back and I thought everybody else changed. So I pushed my family away. And it took a long time to really realize it because I didn't want to look internally. I got my Class A CDL and hit the road. I was on the road for about 8 years trucking. And this makes me think about how insignificant all of the major things going on are. I mean, a million years ago, that blew up. And, over time became this.
Whether it's hiking mountains or building monuments, it takes a community to heal a warrior. Warriors didn't get damaged and didn't become separated from the sunlight of the spirit on their own. It happened in the name of this nation. We can change the way we think about war, how we think about warriors, how we think about ourselves, and what we think we're going to do in the American community. We can do it now. We can do it here. And there's going to be another generation of warriors coming. We can set the tone to create a culture that grabs them up and loves them and smothers them in resources, in opportunity right now.
So we are getting ready for the one of the last chance qualifiers. We do have a guest in the booth. Roger, this is Joe. You got me?
Hey, Joe. How you doing, buddy?
I am super well. How are you?
Not bad. I just wanted to jump in here for a minute. There was a car missing in the first scramble. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the car that was missing?
So, as luck have it, as you know, Roger, the more and more we get to messing around with league racing and broadcasting, less and less time we have to spend in the car. So last night, man, I think I just got super lucky. I climbed in the car with no laps, jumped in, and was fortunate enough to bring home the 22 car in P6. So we will roll off sixth position tomorrow night, man. Super excited about it. Just hope I don't wreck the front of the field.
Well, yeah, I just want to congratulate you on that and the fact that you chose to broadcast instead of taking your personal attempt at trying to improve your position. But it should also be duly noted for, especially for those that aren't out there, you are a veteran yourself. You live for helping the veterans. Number 22 on your car says a lot about that. We've always supported the veterans, but you've brought an extra awareness to all the good causes out there to support these guys. And I just want to thank you, man, for everything you've done for our league and for veterans. You said one thing to me one time, and it's just it echoes with me, and that was if we can just save one life, all of this is worth it. And just want to thank you for all the work you do. Friday Night Lights, all in support of veterans. Got Your Six Racing Network, which is a military term. So just want to thank you, Joe. You embody the whole spirit of what we're doing here.
Man, that's great to hear. You gave me goosebumps, actually. Yeah, man, love doing it. I was fumbled around iRacing for quite a while till I found that thing, and man, this was that thing, is reaching out to other vets that are hurting. So, and Mission 22, great company, have communicated with them quite a bit. So, man, this is super cool to run this memorial event, and in the name of for Mission 22 is absolutely amazing. So, thank you for that,
Yeah.
Roger.
Yeah, I just noticed they're advancing to the first last chance qualifier. So I'm going to get out of here, buddy, and let you make the call. Thanks a lot.
We gotta go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. There was the Roger Craig, the president of Coast to Coast Racing League. So we are in our last chance qualifier. Doyle Lawrence, the Brewer on the front row, Vital Marlette in row number 2, Combs Rayner Jr. in 3, Whipple Boydell in 4, Parmerlou Neubauer in 5, Callahan Runkle in 6, Baker Chapman in 7. Boyce Hilton round out your field of 16 drivers shooting for top 3. Head to the show tomorrow night, the main event. So this should be exciting. Zach Neubauer on the front row. Newcomer veteran in the 213, Michael Vital on the outside of the front row. It's great to see Michael out running. Got 20 laps to get it done. Again, the top 3 will head into the show tomorrow night. Everyone else heading home, so this should be an action-packed B-main, we're calling it. This is the last chance qualifier. We have one more after this, so the last 6 cars We do have an auction going on for additional starting spaces. The first auction closed. There is now another auction live. You can buy your way into tomorrow night. So if you're interested in that, let us know. Go to c2crl.com. You should have all the directions on how to do that. So if you can't race your way in, you got a fat wallet, you can buy your way in. So greatly appreciated. All funds going to a very worthy cause, Mission 22, doing great things for veterans. Zach Newberry on the 52 machine will bring him to the green flag. Restart is on green. Got Butch Baker on his tail end there. Green flag is out. 52 car with a good start. 213 of Vital to his outside. Butch Baker follows the 52 car on that bottom side. Vital up high. Butch Baker down low in the 87 machine. Got a wad of cars with the 302 and the 014 of Greg Boydell. 397 of Parmalu. We are going to take it 3 wide. The boys want the front. Last chance to get into the show tomorrow night. Zach Newbauer in the 52 machine out front. The 213 of Vital in second. Butch Baker still trying to press for that P2. Those are your 3 transfer cars currently. Pat Boyce in the 41 car in P4. It's like Greg Boydell in the 014 Icon Sim Sports driver trying to get by Boyce, and he will currently. Butch Baker going to take it 2 wide, 87 car. Not settling for that P3. Boydell running hard down low. We are side by side for that last chance qualifier position. The 014 and the 213 going at it. Looks like Boydell at the line. Greg Boydell going to drive the 014 to the third and final transfer position. Butch Baker to the lead. The caution does come out. Great run so far. John Rayner Jr. in the 302 ends up upside down. So we got the 87 car. Venom Racing driver Butch Baker takes over the lead. Greg Boydell moves up 4 positions in P2. Michael Vital waiting on the pace truck here. It's like Zach Newbauer will get his position back in front of the 97 of Butch Baker. Must have happened right before that caution came out. 014 of Boydell up to P3 in the third and final transfer position from this B main. We are working lap 7 of 20. Good show so far. We should get the 1 to go this time by. Newbauer with Baker on the front row. Boydell and Vital in row number 2. 3 positions heading to the big show. Everyone else heading home. Restart is on the 52. Got some contact in the back of the field there. Newbauer is off. 97 of Baker goes with him. Those 2 carts down low with the 014 Boydell on their tail. Top 3 running down low. 213 of Vital is the first car running a little bit higher than these gentlemen. Vital behind Boydell. Caution comes back out. Not sure what happened. Pat Boyce, Ohio driver, up into the fence. That will put him in the back of the field. Neubauer in the 52, still up front. Butch Baker, P2. Greg Boydell in your third and final transfer position. Michael Vital in the 213 machine. The first one on the outside looking in. Alex Parmalu in the 397 car in P5. Bruce Hilton in the 10 car in P6. Brandon Combs in the 128, or 55 on your screen, I guess. David Callahan. Raven Graphics' own Doyle Lawrence in the 3 car. Currently in 9th position. DV Runkle in the 06 machine. North American Dirt Track Racing Association League organizer. I'd like to thank those folks for coming out and supporting Mission 22 and Coast to Coast Racing League. Looks like the lights are off on the pace truck again. Neubauer with Butch Baker to his outside. This should be the last double wide restart. We are working lap 10 of 20. Top 3 heading to the show. Neubauer going to bring him to the green flag. Field is tightened up. Neubauer is off in the 52. 87 of Butch Baker goes with him. Those 3 down low. Once again, Vital in the 213 is the first car on that outside. He pulls on the outside of the 014. Trying to get that position away from Greg Boydell in the 014. In fact, Vital gets a good run off that top side, takes that P3 position. Going to be a battle for the transfer. .52 of Neubauer getting away from the field just a little bit. Butch Baker behind him. Boydell back up to that third and final transfer position with Alex Parmalu. Now moves up to P4. The first car on the outside looking in. Vital into that tire down low. Greg Boydell so far able to hold off. We are working lap 13 of 20. Time is running out. Looks like the low line is the place to be early. Watch the 397 may set up a late race pass. Brandon Combs in the 128 car is up 9 positions now. 128 on a march through the field. Running out of laps to get it done. Working lap 15 of 20, but he is trying to get there. Trying a different line than your top few cars. Trying that high line, see if he can't make something work. Currently, Neubauer, Baker, Boydell, your top 3. Look back at Butch Baker, the 97 Venom Racing machine. Oh, they make contact. Baker makes contact up front. Greg Boydell to the point. Vital and Hilton now are your top 3. Oh my goodness, how things can change in a big hurry. See if we can't get a look at what happened. Just hard racing down low. Contact was made. Boydell, Vital, Hilton are your top three. Put Doyle Lawrence in the 3-car. Raven Graphics up 8 positions from the start. That shuffles your whole field. Greg Boydell currently at the point. Vital in the 213. Vital Motorsports out of New York. Bruce Hilton in the 10-car in the 3rd and final transfer position. We will see how this plays out. David Callahan in the 55. DV Runkle in the 06. Great looking paint scheme by DV for this event. I think the 014 on the pole is on the front of the field is bad news for the rest of the field. We will see how that plays out. Boydell will bring the field to the green flag. We are working lap 18 of 20. Boydell is off. Vital goes with him. The top two gap the field a little bit on the restart. The 10-car Bruce Hilton currently in that 3rd and final transfer position. The 3-car of Doyle Lawrence is trying to get up there, battling it out with David Callahan in the 55 car. Those are the 2 cars on the outside looking in currently. As we saw, everything can change in a big hurry. Those 2 make contact. Lawrence up into the fence. Will he hold on to it? Yes, he will. Up front, Boydell now getting a challenge from Vital. There's your top 3. Boydell, Vital, Hilton are your transfer drivers to tomorrow night's show. We will have another B main event coming up here momentarily. We will get a word with these drivers. As soon as they get their podium shots, we will get them up to the booth for an interview. Waiting on Bruce Hilton, Michael Vital, and Greg Boydell to make it into the waiting room. 2 of those gentlemen are new to Coast Racing League. Greg Boydell should know his way in, so worst case, we get a word with Boydell. Great first B main. Have one more B main coming up. Then following that, we have the pole scramble for the big blocks. And 2 main events, last chance qualifiers for those gentlemen. Don't forget, we are raffling off a position to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce Hilton in the 10 car moves up 6 positions, puts the 10 car on the podium and in the final transfer position to the show. Bruce, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you, Joe.
Man, great run, man. How'd you get up there?
Oh, geez, I don't know. That caution really helped there at the end when 4 or 5 cars went out.
Yeah, hey, it can change in a big hurry, man. But you got to be steady and you got to be in the position, and you were there. Did the track change, or did the track pretty much stay the same?
No, it pretty much stayed the same.
All right, man. Great run by you. Got anybody you'd like to thank? You're heading to the big show tomorrow night. That's great news. You got anybody you'd like to thank for that?
Oh, yeah. Mike Schultz, Heating and Air Conditioning, Steve Ovens, and Turn 5 Media. And, of course, the Penyan Posse for all their help they give me.
That is awesome, Bruce. Congratulations, man. We will see you tomorrow night in the big show. Good run, man.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the 213 car, we saw him in the show, out of the show, in the show, and ended up in the show. Michael, this is Joe. You got me?
I got you, Joe.
Man, great run, brother. You stayed up front. You were able to avoid that accident in the end. First of all, I want to thank you for your service and for coming out and joining us for this Mission 22 charity event, man. Greatly appreciate you coming out. How did the track change? Do you think you had anything for those drivers before that caution came out?
To be honest with you, before that caution, I gave them everything I had. They were definitely faster than me, but I was fortunate enough to get through that accident and pull out of second place.
Yeah, man. And plus, you stayed up front all night. Great run by you. Got anybody you'd like to thank for your run?
Yeah, I just want to thank my dad, my brother, and my wife for letting me do this.
Man, that's awesome to hear. So are you racing in the big blocks also?
Yes, sir.
Are you running tonight?
Yes, sir.
Right on, man. Another chance to get into 2 shows tomorrow night. So great run by you, my friend. Good fortune found you tonight, put you on the podium. So I wish you the best of luck. And again, thanks for coming out and thank you for your service.
Thank you, Joe.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the 014 up 5 positions. Greg Boydell battles through the field, puts the 014 car on the podium, takes the victory in the 20-lap last chance qualifier, punching his ticket to the big show. Greg, this is Joe. You got me?
I got you, Joe. How you doing?
Man, I am super well. Great run by you, my friend. Yeah, there was a big wreck, but you have to be in the position to take advantage of that, which you were, man. Great run. The 014 was moving through the field all night. How'd the track change, man? How'd you get up front?
I just played it like I did last night, slow and steady. Kept the same line I had. The track really didn't. It wore in more around the top. You get some pretty big bumps on the upper half, so I wanted to be down in the smooth stuff and try and be consistent.
Yeah, you were running down low early, and it seemed that car started to move up, but you stuck with that bottom line, and it paid off in the end. You got anybody you'd like to thank for your run?
Yeah, I want to thank everybody at Icon Sim Sports and the good people at Oswego Speedway, which is going to open up in another few weeks, and we'll be back racing there full time. So, yeah, that's about it.
We're going to see you in the big blocks.
Yeah, I qualified 5th in my heat last night, so I'm ready to go for that tomorrow night, and I think I'm starting 19th in the big block, and I think I'll be starting way back in next week in the small blocks.
Well, you're in the show. That's all that matters, man. Great run by you, my friend, and we'll talk to you later.
Yep. Thanks, Joe. And hey, this is all for a great cause, so it's all for a good time, and let's make the most of it.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good night, Greg.
Thanks for having me, Joe.
Yes, sir. So there you have it. There are your top transfers that are heading to the show tomorrow night. We have one more race coming up, and we will catch up with that race right after this word. So stay with us.
3.
I love it, Molly.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
Our love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home, I'm making my way.
Welcome back to the show. This is Last Chance Qualifier number 2. Again, top 3 heading to the show. Everyone else heading home. We do have 21 cars in the field. We will have the big block pole scramble coming up after this. Again, there are some starting spots up for auction. C2CRL will get you all the information that you want. For that, you can buy your way into the big show tomorrow night. It is time to grid. We do have Ovens and Berger on the front row, Bacchus Aldrich in row 2, Bixler and Thompson in 3, Landis Metzler in 4, Taylor Cupolo in 5, Craig Binney in 6, Uber Bowers in 7, Sigelkow Young in 8, Fry Templeton in 9, Cramner Gill in 10, and Brennan Weeks rounds out your field of 21 drivers. 85 of Steve Ovens on the front row. We'll bring it to the green flag. Again, your top 3 will head to the big show tomorrow night. 2 car of Chris Berger to his outside. Or was, not sure what happened to the 2 car. There he's back. Only 3 positions available for this in this race. Everyone else, again, will head home. Greatly appreciate you tuning in for Super Dirt Week. Steve Ovens bringing the field to the green flag. Restart is on green. 20 laps to get it done. Green flag is out. Ovens is off. Chris Berger to his outside. Ovens dives down low. Like the 46 car of Bacchus is trying to go with the 85 down low. The 2 car. We do have an early caution out. Aiden Young involved. Steve Ovens in the 85 machine on the point, New York driver. '21 of Kevin Fry was involved in that mayhem. '31 of Brandon Templeton is with us. Got a Mission 22 blacked out paint job tonight on the 31 machine. We should have one to go this time by. The pace truck should exit. Steve Ovens will bring the field to the green flag. Still has Chris Berger on his outside. Joe Bacchus in third. Nathan Aldrich, the 514 car, in the fourth position. Steve Ovens is off, gets a good jump on the field. The 2 car been running up high, everyone else down low. 514 with Nathan Aldrich running up high. The 46 of Bacchus falling in line behind the 2 car. We are 3 wide. Man, there was all kinds of action going on in the back of the field. Couldn't quite find out where it was at. There's the 89 car. And it looks like the 70 car, Mike Cramner, involved. Second caution of the night. Lap 4 of 20. Big wreck in the back of the field. We should now go to single file restarts for the rest of the race. Oven still up front. Berger Bacchus. Your final transfer driver is currently Bacchus. Nathan Aldrich is on the first car on the outside looking in the 514 machine. Not a lot of horsepower in the small blocks. Don't really like to see a single file restart. But here we are. There is still time to donate. If you'd like to donate to Mission 22, you can go to c2crl.com. There's a place that you can still donate to the cause. Mission 22 doing super good things for veterans. "22 veterans a day take their own lives," which is totally unacceptable. Mission 22 is doing their best to cut into that number. All the donations will go to Mission 22 from this event. Steve Ovens down low, bringing the field to the green flag. Good jump by Ovens. 2 car. Chris Berger. They decide to stay down low. Your top Top 4 cars. Nathan Aldrich in the 514. Two-car cutting that tire super close. 46 car of Bacchus now. He wants P2 from Berger. Bacchus down low, Berger up high. And the caution comes back out. Sean Bowers gets up into the wall. Bacchus still on the point. Chris Berger to his rear bumper. Joe Bacchus, the third and final transfer driver. Nathan Aldrich, the first car on the outside looking in. Should have one to go here. Working lap 7 of 20. Pace truck is off. 85 car going to make that slow crawl to the green flag. Good jump by Ovens out front. 2 car following in behind. Joe Bacchus in the 46 machine in your fourth and final transfer position. Nathan Aldrich on the outside looking in. Got Terry Landis in the 61 machine. He's trying to get up in the battle. Chris Berger in the 2 car running a little higher line than the rest of the field currently. Joe Bacchus getting a great run off of the bottom of the turn in turn number 2. Caution is back out. Not sure what happened there. Working lap 11 of 20. Bacchus on the point. Been there since the drop of the green flag with Chris Berger to his outside or to his rear. Nathan Aldrich in the 514 is the first car on the outside looking in. Pace truck is off. Bach is crawling. Or Stubbins, I'm sorry, with a good restart. Gets a jump on the field. Chris Berger falls back into the grasp of the 46 car. 46 car, Bacchus trying to get one position of cushion between himself and that final transfer. Nathan Aldrich in the 514 car is the first on the outside looking in. Caution is back out. Logan Gill hitting a tire down low, bringing out the caution. Up front, Steve. We will have the big block pole shuffle coming up next, followed by two big block last chance qualifier, the last 6 cars. Feel out the field for tomorrow night. There are auction positions. If you want to buy your way into the show tomorrow night, you can certainly do so. Check that out, c2crl.com. Not sure what happened to Nathan Aldrich. Nathan Aldrich to the back of the field. Puts Terry Landis to the bumper of Joe Bacchus. Let's see if Terry Landis can make some headway, move himself up into a transfer position. Oven is off. Chris Berger behind him. Bacchus currently in the third and final transfer position. Great battle going on in the back of the field. Gary Taylor, Can-Am Racing Team. Oh, we got a car around. It looks like Bacchus is around. Once again, it looks like a caution may change the whole complexity of the race. Let's see what happened. It's like Templeton came down, got into, oh, that was Terry Landis. My apologies. 31 car Brandon Templeton dove in there, got into the side of Terry Landis. Brandon Templeton up 14 positions to P4, I think. All these drivers trying to race their way in. Paul Thompson in the 337 car up to P6. Brendan Weeks up 16 positions to P5 in the 12 machine. Up front, Steve Ovens. Working lap 15 of 20. Cars are nose to tail. We are 14 of 20. My apologies. We are running out of laps. Joe Bacchus still holding down that third and final transfer position. Looks like the field has spread out up front a little bit. They are nose to tail. Brendan Weeks might not be done in the 12th car. He wants the fourth position from the 31 of Brandon Templeton. Looks like the 2 car disappeared. Not sure where the 2 car is. There he is. That's got to be nerve-wracking on the drivers behind him. Templeton up high, trying to get a run. Templeton on the high side. He gets in front of. Put Templeton to the third and final transfer position. 31 car is the first one to go on the top shelf and make some passes. Templeton's not done. He is battling for P2 up high. 31 car trying to drive through the field. Bacchus going with Templeton now. You got 2 cars up high. Ovens tries to block that top line, and he will. Brandon Templeton switching lanes. Put the 31 car on the point. The 12 car, Brendan Weeks gets by. Brendan Weeks up to P2. Brendan Weeks up 19. Brandon Templeton up 17 positions. Good run by those drivers. So it looks like a couple drivers found that high line late and making it work. Down low was the place to be there for a while. Steve Ovens will not get his position back. Not sure what happened to the 31 car. Looks like the 31 car disappeared on us. That gives the lead to Chris Berger. Not sure what happened to Brandon Templeton. He drove that car to the point and must be having computer issues. Berger, Weeks, Bacchus now your top 3. Gary Taylor in the 34 car is the first car on the outside looking in. We will have a green-white checker here. Not real sure what happened to the 31 car. Chris Berger on the point. Weeks up 19 positions on the tail of the 2 car. Joe Bacchus in the third and final transfer position. Gary Taylor in the 34 machine. That's the first car on the outside looking in. Dean Meitzler wants to get up in the action. He's trying to pull up on the back of the 34 car. We do have one to go up front. Berger going to battle it out. Brennan Weeks in the 12 car. He's not done. He wants that win. He goes down low. Slides up in front of. Brennan Weeks drives through the field up 20 positions in the 12 car to capture the victory here in the last chance qualifier. Weeks, Berger, Bacchus are the 3 cars moving on. We will get a word with those gentlemen here momentarily. Again, we are not certain what happened to the 31 car. These guys will line up for their podium picture. We will get a word with your top three momentarily as soon as they get up to the booth. Cars are getting lined up for their podium shot. They should be headed up to the waiting room. Don't forget, coming up next, we got the Big Block Mod Pole Scramble. 10-lap shootout for your top 6 drivers, where they will start tomorrow night. Still waiting on Bacchus, Berger, and Weeks to come up into the waiting room. Let's see if they can find their way up. There's Christopher Berger waiting on Joe Bacchus. There's Joe. Ladies and gentlemen, the 46 car of Joe Bacchus battles started in third, ran most of the race in third, brings home the 46 car in the third position. Joe, this is Joe. You got me?
How you doing, big dog?
Man, I'm doing super well. Not as good as you, man. Welcome to the show. Punched your ticket to tomorrow night. How'd the car run? How'd the track change, man? You put on a show.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I got a guy who makes my paints. This is my first time in these cars, this event. So I'm very happy with the way it turned out. It was a weird chain of events that happened there. I really shouldn't have got this third place spot, but with how it all went down, I'm not going to turn it down. So we're all here for a good cause. Suicide awareness is a real thing. It's very important. People put their lives on the line for our countries every day. I know you hear about suicide awareness and it kind of just goes over your head or out the other door or whatever. And it's a real thing that needs to be dealt with in today's society. And I think we're headed in the right direction. So.
Yeah, man, that's great to hear you say. That speaks right to the Mission 22 that we're donating to. So in the spirit of that, all said, great run by you, man. You were up front. How you got there doesn't really matter. You are on the podium. That's all that counts.
That's right.
You got anybody you'd like to thank, man, for your run?
Yeah, Galen's Popcorn, A&J Creations, Malcolm Mills Mill Writing. Those are the ones that are coming to my mind right now. Now, don't forget, for the summertime season or for all the holiday seasons throughout the year, you stop by galenspopcorn.com, use the code CART, that's CART, get 15% off your order. And it's the best popcorn you've ever had, made right here in South Dakota. So
there you go. Joe Bacchus pitching the popcorn. I happen to be a popcorn connoisseur also. So
there you go.
Have to get on there and check that out. So great run by you. We going to see you in the big blocks or no?
You will. I'm starting a little bit further back in the B main, but we'll see if I can make some noise.
Man, great run by you. Keep it up front, man.
Thank you. Have a good night, guys.
You too. Ladies and gentlemen, finishing just in front of Joe Bacchus, we have the 2 car of Chris Berger. Chris, this is Joe. You got me?
I got you.
Hey, good run, man. You were in the front of the field most of the night, battling it out for the with the leader. My apologies. How'd your run go? Did the track change? Did you have anything for Brendan Weeks there in the end?
No, I just got lucky and started up front, and thankfully we had all them caution flags to keep all the fast guys in the back. And the race went on. Yeah, the track got real rough and slicked off, and then 1 lap to go. I wasn't one, but man, he come out of nowhere and flew right on by me.
Yeah, Brendan Weeks, we're not going to get to interview him, I don't guess. I don't see him. Up 20 positions from the start. He was on a rail, but you brought the 2-car home in P2, heading to the big show tomorrow night. You got anybody you'd like to thank?
I'd just like to thank Roger and all these guys for putting this stuff on. They run a great organization, great weekly races for everybody, and I enjoy racing with them all.
Yeah, man, appreciate you coming out. We going to see you in the big blocks?
I am. I'm not sure where I'm starting, but I'll be there.
All right, man. Great run by you, and we'll catch up with you. Hopefully talk to you again in the big blocks.
Yeah, let's hope. Thank you guys, and thank you for everything you do.
Yeah, man. Have a good night.
You too.
All right. So there you have it. There's there's Brennan Weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, Brennan Weeks in the 12 car comes 20 positions back from the lead, somehow captures the victory. Brennan, this is Joe. You got me?
I think so.
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Hey, great run by you. We were just talking to Chris Berger, who finished second to you, said he had no idea where you came from. Great run, man. How did you get from so far back in the field up to the point?
I just knew if I stayed out of trouble, I could get through that middle once it got slick. And then we had a couple of cautions that helped me a lot.
Yeah, you were on a rail, man. You went by the top few cars in a big hurry. You got anybody you'd like to thank for your run?
Yeah, Bomb Graphics and Dirt Rich TV, and obviously you guys for broadcasting everything, and them for letting me in a little late.
Yeah, man, great run by you. We gonna see you in the big blocks?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Awesome, man. Hopefully we talk to you tonight. Again, up 20 positions. That's super impressive. You're in the show tomorrow night, so hopefully we talk to you later on this evening. If not, we'll see you tomorrow.
I appreciate it.
All right, Brennan. Good run, man. There you have it. Brennan Weeks in the 2 car brings it home. P1 past the front of the field like they were standing still. We will head to the big block pole shuffle. So we will be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turned into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Battle for the race lead off turn 4. White flag in the air. Justin Hare's top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. Can he get the lead? Yes, he does. And now here comes Janzik. Janzik goes by Query, and he goes by Inman. Gonna drag race off of turn 4. Shepard is there, but it's Larry White at the line. It's still gonna be Pat Ward, and they make contact. Britton has broken the race car. Peter Breton comes to a stop in
Welcome back. This is the Big Block Pole Shuffle. This will settle out your top five qualifiers for tomorrow night. We do have a full field of 6 drivers, so they will put themselves into the top, or 6 drivers, my apologies. They will put themselves in the top 6 positions. Salas, Lawson, Reynolds, Sick, Chapman, Sharp are your top 6 that will enter the pole shuffle. Practice has just wrapped up. Blake Chapman, Justin Sick will start on the front row. Dean Reynolds and Lawson in row number 2. Salas, Sharp in 3. We've seen Justin Sick earlier tonight start on that front row, and he was hard to pass, ran away from the field. Blake Chapman on the pole in the 20 machine. We'll bring him to the green flag. We've seen Dean Reynolds before, and Isaac Salas is back in the pole shuffle. All these cars headed to the show tomorrow night. This race is for the qualifying start, or the race starting position for the big blocks. Justin Sick in the 015 machine outside of Chapman on the front row. Dean Reynolds in the 79 machine. Brian Lawson, Magnum Race Designs number 9. Isaac Salas in the 5 car. Jeff Sharp in the 28. Up front, Blake Chapman will bring him to the green flag. Restart is on the green flag. Going to be a great battle. Strong drivers. These are your quick 6 qualifiers from last night. Finished P1 through 6. It'll be Blake Chapman bringing them to the green flag. Chapman and Sick will put on quite a battle, I'm sure. Isaac Salas, who brought it home P2 in the 358 last chance qualifier. Got 10 laps to get it done, so this is a quick one. Pace truck is off. The 20 car Blake Chapman has the field, bringing him to the green flag. Field is bunched up nice. Green flag is out. Sick up high, Chapman down low. Dean Reynolds behind the 20 car of Chapman. Chapman's going to climb up. Justin Sick to the point on lap number 1. Blake Chapman falls back to P2. Dean Reynolds in the 79 machine holding off the rest of the field. Currently in P3. 5 car of Salas is trying to make something happen up front. Gets underneath. The 9 car, his teammate Venom Racing, Brian Lawson. Up front, Justin Sick with the 20 car Blake Chapman right on his bumper. Chapman thinking about diving down low. He is running about a half line lower than the 15. Now he goes all the way down to the bottom. Justin gets a good run off the top side in the 20 machine. Dean Reynolds still holding down P3. Everyone running where they started. Working lap 4 of 20, except your front. Blake Chapman takes it up high. Will he get a run on the top side on the 15 of Sick? Sick down low. Chapman up high. Chapman may get a good run off of turn 4. He will. Chapman at the line. Chapman takes the lead back. Justin Sick running down low, Chapman running up high. Dean Reynolds is battling it out with Isaac Salas coming into the picture. Salas just got by his teammate Lawson for P4. Salas in a stream high line. Chapman up front, Sick in P2. Go on board with Isaac Salas, currently running in the 4th position behind Dean Reynolds in the 79. Hear the track getting rough. See, working the steering wheel, working the throttle. Mods can be a handful. 79 car of Dean Reynolds running a tribute paint scheme. Salas dives down low, trying to get underneath the 79. Can't make it happen. Up front, Chapman in front of Sick. We are working. This is the last lap. Last chance to get it done. Blake Chapman battling for that pole position in the big show. Justin Sick tries down low. Can't make it stick. Chapman, Sick, Reynolds, Salas, Lawson, Sharp are your position for your starting positions for tomorrow night. We will get a word with each of the drivers here as they get lined up for their podium shot. There they are lined up. There is how they will start tomorrow night. Kicks off the big block show for tonight. We will have 2 last chance qualifiers coming up after this. 3 cars from each will transfer in. Drivers are making their way up to the broadcast booth. Waiting on Brian Lawson or Jeff Sharp to come into the room. Currently have 4 of the 6. There's Jeff. Jeff, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, sir. How are
Hey,
you?
I'm well, man. How are you?
Pretty good. I wish I could pass someone there, but it wasn't to be.
Yeah, you know, it was kind of typical Bristol or Charlotte, I guess. It looks like everyone kind of finished where they started, except for Isaac Salas only moved up 1 position. Good run by you. Did you learn anything that might help you tomorrow night?
The top was better in that. I just had 2 cars in front of me the whole time, and making it 3 wide didn't seem like a good thing to do.
No, starting in the top 6 tomorrow night. That's a pretty good thing to do. So to chance it at that point, probably not worth it. You got anybody you'd like to thank for your run?
Just all the servicemen out there and everybody putting on this show and iRacing.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The 28 car of Jeff Sharp rolling off P6 tomorrow night for the big show. Put on a good show tonight. Started 6th, finished 6th. So not a bad night's work, my friend. Good luck to you tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Next, coming up, we will get with the 9 car of Brian Lawson. Brian, this is Joe. You got me?
Hey, Joe, I got you.
Man, I hate to say it, but kind of typical Charlotte there. We kind of got strung out. Of course, it was a small field, right, on a fresh track, so that makes it a little bit difficult. How was your run, brother?
Good. It was fun battling with the guys. Congrats to Blake for winning it. Isaac, Dean, Justin, it's always a blast running with them guys, and it's stiff competition, that's for sure.
Yeah, man. So you roll off P5 tomorrow night in the big show, so that's awesome. You got anybody you'd like to thank for your run?
Well, obviously you guys in Coast to Coast Racing League for putting this on. my usual Venom Racing and Magnum Race Design. But got to give a shout out to Mission 22 for all they do. Everybody out there, if you can all donate even $5, $10, it all adds up. So the more we can get for them, the more we can help.
Yeah, I got two thank yous. First of all, thank you for your service. Brian Lawson served in the Navy, and thank you very much for creating the Got Your Six Racing Network logo. So, man, two thanks from me to you. Great run, man. It'll be nice to see you roll off P5 tomorrow night.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Thanks, Joe.
All right, man. Have a good night.
You too.
Next, we have Brian's teammate Isaac Salas in the 5 car was the only one that was able to move up a position on the field tonight. Isaac, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, sir, I do.
Man, this is two times in a row that we are chatting, man. Good run by you. Kind of typical Charlotte. I was just talking to Brian. Just kind of got in line and fresh track and only a few cars. Track didn't have time to wear in. How's your run? Did you learn anything you can use for tomorrow night?
I definitely learned that early stages, that low side battle back. That high side is going to have that nice momentum kick to it by getting passed by Brian and then passing him back outside. So that was cool. Thank you for the little fun racing there. Something else I think I learned is just because you're quick in practice does not mean nothing when it comes down to it, because I felt pretty decent in practice and I was like, man, these guys are just like, I can't do nothing with them. So
Yeah,
it's been fun.
Kind of got
everyone's clean, so
yeah, kind of just got in a deadlock. Everyone was running nose to tail, so that won't happen tomorrow night. There's going to be a lot of cars. Track will wear in super quick, so should be some exciting racing. So you're rolling off P4 tomorrow night in the big blocks. What are you rolling off in the 358s? Second. So great event by you so far, my brother. You got anybody to like to thank for your runs?
Yeah, definitely, everybody over at Coast to Coast. Again, did the whole spiel earlier, but it's hats off to this event that we've put on with Coast to Coast and Mission 22. And it's for an amazing cause. And, if you don't know, for everybody that's watching, if you don't know a lot about it, you should definitely go and check it out, because it truly is a good cause. Then obviously, the guys over at Venom, everybody that comes and watches and supports us, and it just makes it a lot of fun just to come home and do something like this.
Yeah, man, I enjoy watching. Ladies and gentlemen, the 5 car of Isaac Salas will roll off P4 in the big blocks tomorrow night. Best of luck to you, my friend, and hopefully we talk to you tomorrow night.
Awesome. Well, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. The 79 car of Dean Reynolds, the second time we talked to him tonight. The 79 again finished where he started in P3. Dean, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, I do, Joe. How you doing?
Good, man. Hey, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked everybody. So kind of typical Charlotte when you just kind of get in line, small number of cars on a fresh track, run nose to tail. Did you learn anything you might be able to use for tomorrow night?
Yeah, not to floor it. I actually felt better in a big block than I did in 358s, and that never happens. So I was patient, and I just was half throttle most of the way, and that's what you're going to have to be to even have success tomorrow. So so even though the track was different, I still learned. I did it as a learning experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Take every opportunity you can get to learn. So you're rolling off tomorrow night in the big show. Both of the big shows, man. Great on you. You got anybody you'd like to thank for your runs?
Well, I'd just like to thank Coast to Coast and Roger for all the hard work in this event. I just came up with the idea, and he rolled with it. And Joe, I want to thank you for this telecast. And I'm proud to have Mission 22 on the side of my cars. And thanks to Brian for doing an awesome job on the wraps. Joe, I know these, the veterans mean a lot to you, Joe. And hopefully you're enjoying this event. And we're going to raise a lot of money. I know we're over 1,500, but even if I finish in a money-paying position, I'm not going to take it. I'm going to put it back, and let's get it over 2,000, everybody. I got a link on my Facebook page where you can donate for it into PayPal, and it's a great cause. Let's just all remember that. Yeah, we're going to put on a race. We're all going to try to win it tomorrow because we've been here for 3 days, but it's just a great cause.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Thank you for that, Dean. It's absolutely amazing. It is for a great cause and near and dear to my heart. So thank you for that, my brother. And we will see you tomorrow night rolling off the in the front of the field in both races. So that's great to see, man.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. And I want to say congrats to Justin Sick and Blake Chapman for winning the pole scrambles. They earned it, and they're going to bring us down to the green.
Yes, sir. We'll get a word with Justin Sick right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the 015 of Justin Sick finishes P2, one spot short of the pole for tomorrow night. Justin, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Man, another great run by you, my friend. You started off early. You were able to get out to a lead. Blake kind of tracked you down there in the end and was able to get by. Did you learn anything you can use tomorrow night?
It's I came into this aiming for the pole, and I moved down to the bottom of the track and he just checked out, and I was like, man, as soon as I moved down here, I was screwed. So I think tomorrow night it's just going to be, patience and just try to hit your marks and stay patient because it's going to be a long time.
Yeah, that is a lot of laps for tomorrow night. Great run from you, my friend. Again, you're rolling off both at the front of the field. You got anybody you'd like to thank for your runs?
Yeah, man, absolutely. Elite Performance Industries, those guys are awesome over there. Dirt Car Esports, shoot, I don't even know. Roger for putting on this event, man. This is awesome what he's doing for these guys, and it's yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited.
Yeah, man, great run by you. So hopefully you have another podium interview tomorrow night with the way you're running, man. It's very, very possible. So great run by you, my friend, and we will talk to you later on.
Sounds good. Thanks.
All right, Justin. Ladies and gentlemen, the 20 car of Blake Chapman starts on the pole, had a little battle up front with Justin Sick, was able to capture the lead back and check out from the field a little bit. Blake, this is Joe. You got me?
Yep, I got you, Joe.
Good run, man. Good run. And I will ask you the same question I asked everybody else. Did you learn anything tonight that you might be able to use tomorrow? Let me get out my notebook real quick.
I think tomorrow's going to be a totally different game. I think guys, they weren't pushing it too hard tonight in these pole shuffles because they got top 6 spot locked up. But tomorrow's just going to take a lot of patience and focus. 100 laps in these things. The track's going to be really slick, and you got to be really easy on the throttle. It should definitely be a lot of fun.
Yeah, man. Great win by you, rolling off on the podium. So quick qualifier, and you're still going to roll off tomorrow night. You got anybody you'd like to thank for your run?
Yeah. First, gotta send my condolences to the family of Chris Yacklon. I gotta thank Preston for making wraps for us Krite Sim Racing guys. Special wraps for him. I got to thank the league putting this great event on, spreading awareness. Of course, I got to thank parents, grandparents, Steve Bixler, everybody who watches and supports. Got to give a shout out to Galen's Popcorn. Use code CART, C-A-R-T, at checkout for 15% off. Again, huge thanks to the league, all the sponsors, all the drivers putting in money for this great event. I got to thank you, of course, for broadcasting this, Joe.
Yeah, man. Love doing it, man. Great run by you, my friend. We will see you on the pole tomorrow night in the big blocks.
Thanks, Joe.
Yes, sir. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those is your starting position for tomorrow night's big block race. And we will head to a commercial break and get to the last chance qualifiers. We will be back.
Yes, that's why. So we'll just give them a quick brush, and then we'll get our stuff on, and then we have like an obstacle course. And so
why I'm smiling.
You don't know why you're smiling. We always smile. Smiling's the best.
The Mission 22 Equine Program is a riding program for children of veterans. We also serve grandchildren or direct family members of veterans.
It's a lot of fun, and I've always loved horses.
We have private lessons and group lessons, but it's not just
Yes, that's why. So we'll just give them a quick brush, and then we'll get our stuff on, and then we have like an obstacle course. And so
Why I'm smiling.
You don't know why you're smiling. We always smile. Smiling's the best.
The Mission 22 Equine Program is a riding program for children of veterans. We also serve grandchildren or direct family members of veterans.
It's a lot of fun, and I've always loved horses.
We have private lessons and group lessons, but it's not just riding. You know, riding lessons, people just think that that's all it is. But we have the opportunity here to really build confidence, to lower stress levels, to give them an outlet and opportunity to spend time doing something healthy and productive. Mission 22 is really based on the foundation of the importance for family. It's why we're supporting families here. So in a time where kids' programs are being canceled left and right, school is shut down, they're not able to be around their friends, you know, being able to have an opportunity where they can just be together and let go of that stress and be around people. Again, honestly, it's just really that simple, being around people. You know, who would have thought that it was something as simple as that?
That's okay. You want to grab his reins, and then I'll have you walk him forward. It's really a special thing to watch these kids come every week and build a partnership and a relationship with their horse. It lets them forget about everything that's going on in life, being able to come here, kind of shut the world out a little bit, and have a really stress-free, fun environment.
There's tons of studies that have been done on lowering of cortisol levels of children, and especially with children of veterans, often growing up in a household that can be a more stressful place, to be able to have an outlet where they can be outside, fresh air, horses around them, and just growing in that confidence.
Horses are really unique. They're very intuitive to people. They're very emotionally intelligent. They're very emotional animals, very in tune to people. They have a great way of reading people as well, that they can pick up on if you're feeling nervous or scared or excited. They're very reflective to how you feel. And so it's a great way to kind of check in with yourself and see how you're feeling, because they'll let you know.
When you're riding bareback, it's really important to think about keeping your thighs nice and snug.
Watch your spacing. Remember 1 to 2 horse lengths in between. Nice work. Yep, then you're gonna go through the blue barrels, and you can weave through them, and you can walk through them.
Before we came to Central Oregon, we were based out of Portland. So we were renting an office in the city, we were having to pay to board horses, and it was getting to be exceptionally expensive. And so what it came down to was an opportunity to have a facility that we can grow programs out, that we could have the equine program on our own property, that, you know, we can continue to operate during a time that nobody really knew kind of what was happening next. And so having our own facility gave us the freedom to continue serving the families that we care about.
It's so fun to see parents come and talk to each other, and being able to kind of share stories, watch their kids together is a really neat thing. Talk about just life in general, having a place to come and to really connect with people. Obstacles.
I really like riding the horse because it's the best thing ever, and it's so exciting.
By supporting families of veterans on this property through the equine program, it really gives us the opportunity to show that importance. So we're not just supporting their kids, but we're supporting their families. They're having a community here, and building that strong family foundation builds a strong veteran. And that is something that we very much believe in, is supporting the family, supporting the veteran, and that cohesiveness together.
Cool has always been a leader in our industry.
The lifetime parts and labor warranty is pretty awesome. Basically, all the parts are covered, the labor and everything.
When we say lifetime, we mean lifetime, and it's supported with money-back guarantees. And with that, you're getting all qualified technicians that are going to ensure that this job is done perfectly and operates perfectly throughout the life of the unit.
Learn more about our Coolray lifetime parts and labor warranty at Coolray.com. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Coolray is.
Welcome back. This is last chance qualifier for the big block modifieds. Currently we have 13 cars on the track battling it out for the 3 transfer positions to the main show tomorrow night. So it should be an exciting run. Again, there will be a position up for raffle, a provisional start in tomorrow night's big show. All the proceeds go to Mission 22, a great cause, doing great things for our veterans. Check that out at c2crl.com. We have advanced. We are getting ready to grid up for the last chance qualifier. Michael Vital and Mike Brewer on the front row. Whipple Combs in row number 2. Schultz and Schatzer in row number 3. Cramner Cupolo in 4. Craig Bacchus in 5. Lawrence Runkle in 6. Gary Sigelkow. Round out your field of 13 drivers. We're going to be running 20 laps. There are cautions in this. And again, the top 3 will go to the big show tomorrow night. Canadian driver in the 199 Miller machine, Nicholas Cupolo on the pole, will bring us to the green flag with Mike Schultz to his outside. Kurt Schatzer in the 218 Icon machine rolling off P3. Doyle Lawrence, Raven Graphics and Icon on board. Michael Vital in the 213 5th. Sigelkow in the 25 machine in 6th. Joe Bacchus in 7th. Roger Craig in the 747 Coast to Coast racing machine. Chris Whipple in the 081. DV Runkle in the 06. Chris Whipple, Kyle Kramer in the 21. Mike Brewer and Brandon Combs in the 28 machine. Up front, it'll be the 199 that brings us to the green flag. Pace truck is off. Restart is on green. We do have cautions. Top 3 transfer to the feature. Or to tomorrow night's big show, not the feature. Green flag is out. Nicholas Cupolo gets a good run down low. Mike Schultz to his outside in the 16. Kurt Schatzer in the 3rd and final transfer position. Behind him, Vital, somebody up into the wall hard. The 25 machines, we stay green. Cupolo up front. Schultz in 2nd. The 218 of Kurt Schatzer. Vital in the 213. Caution does come out. Back of the field, Chris Whipple involved in that. Lap 3 of 20. First 3 cautions will be side-by-side restarts. After that, we will go single file. You heard the drivers in the pole scramble. Someone was half throttle around Charlotte. I found that to be very accurate, as last night, off the throttle more than on the throttle. That's why I'm in the booth and not out on the track. The 199 will bring us to the green flag. This restart is on the leader. Once the pace truck comes by, they should double it up. We are getting side by side. Pace truck will duck off this time by Nicholas Cupolo. Will bring us back to the green flag. No change up front in your top 3. Michael Vital in the 213 machine is up 1 position. Top 3 get away from the field. Kurt Schatzer in the 218 looking underneath Mike Schultz. They are side by side. Great driving by these two. Schatzer down low. Schultz up high. We do have a crash in the back. Schatzer at the line. No caution came out. That's surprising. 218 car up to P2. Kurt Schatzer setting his sights on the 199 of Nicholas Capullo. Schatzer and Capullo side by side. Schatzer trying that bottom line again. 199 going up high. First car up there trying to see if he can get a run off that high side. 218 with a good run on the bottom. Mike Schultz trying to hold off the 213 now. Schatzer to the point. 199 of Nicholas Capullo falls back to second position. Vital in the 213 battling it out with Mike Schultz for that third and final transfer position. 39 car Mike Brewer in there. We were almost 3 wide for that third and final transfer position. Michael Vital up high. Mike Schultz and Brewer battling it out. Riding along with Kyle Cramner. Or Kramer, my apologies, Mike. Up front, Kurt Schatzer with the 199 to his rear bumper. Nicholas trying to put some pressure on the 218. Don't look now, Vital is in a battle there for a minute. 35 car Mike Brewer, 39 car was up next to the 213. We are working lap 10 of 20. Schatzer out front, still trying to run a lower line than everybody else. Good run off that bottom side by the 218 Icon driver. 213 of Michael Vital now looking underneath the 199. He wants to move up to P2, give himself some cushion for a transfer spot to tomorrow night's show. Can't quite get it done. Schatzer up front, Capullo in second. Vital in third. Mike Brewer up 8 positions, currently running in the 4th position. Top line cars getting a good run. Brewer gave it a try on that bottom side. Brewer now slides up into 213. They make contact. That will give Brewer P3. Let's see if Michael Vital, now the first car on the outside looking in, if he can battle back. Kurt Schatzer up front got a almost half-second lead over the 199 of Capullo. Mike Brewer up to P3, up 9 positions from the start. Vital, the first car on the outside looking in. Brandon Combs in the 128 trying to take that position away. Good battle by those two. Slides up into... I don't know who that was, but that gives Vital the third and final transfer position. Mike Schultz falls back. I guess that was Schultz that got maybe. Schatzer, Capullo, Vital. Another late race contact. Shuffles the front of the field. We're 3 wide. Kramer, Joe Bacchus back there. Combs battling it out. Up front, 199 is not letting the 218 get far from his front bumper, keeping the pressure on. Vital and Schultz, a couple more laps. Looks like Schultz is closing in on the back of the 213. Working lap 19 up 20. We got 2 to go. Can Vital hold off Schultz? Oh, they make contact. That will put both of the drivers out of the transfer position. Mike Brewer now up in the third and final. This is the last lap. Schatzer out front by quite a ways. 199 in second. Mike Brewer in the 39 machine is your third and final transfer driver. 2 races in a row, we've seen late race contact that changes the whole running order of the field. Those drivers will get lined up for a podium shot, and we will get a word with the drivers, see what it felt like from the seat. We will wait for those drivers to get up. There is Kurt Schatzer. He comes up 2 positions to capture the win. We're waiting on Mike Brewer to come up into the booth, and we will get a quick word with him. Mike Brewer moving up 9 positions tonight from his starting position. We got Nicholas Capullo in. I do not see Brewer. We will get a word with Nicholas. Ladies and gentlemen, the 199 car of Nicholas Capullo started on the pole. I know I'm not getting your name right. This is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, how do I pronounce your last name so I don't butcher it anymore? My apologies.
No worries. It's Cupolo.
Cupolo. That's much easier than what I was trying to do. Hey, great run by you, man. You started on the pole. You fell back one, but you stayed up front. Did you learn anything that you can use for tomorrow night?
I have no clue. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants here.
Sometimes that's the best approach to take, man. Great run by you. You're gonna roll off tomorrow night on the main grid. Not sure where it'll be, towards the back somewhere, but great run by you, man. You got anybody you'd like to thank for your run?
My dog, my girlfriend, and my parents.
Man, it doesn't get much better than that, brother. Great run by you, and we will see you tomorrow night in the big show.
Yeah, 100 laps. I'm going to take it easy, be patient, and hope for the best.
There you go, man. Fly by the seat of your pants, brother.
Have a good night.
You too. Ladies and gentlemen, the 99 car of Nicholas Capullo finishes in P2. Mike Brewer, the 39 car, up 9 positions from his starting position. Mike, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, Joe.
Great run. How'd you get through the field?
Oh, shoot, man. I don't know. Just I tried to be patient, and I felt bad for getting in the Vitale there, man. I kind of gave him a little right rear, man, but he gave it back to me a little bit, which I would have done the same thing, you know what I mean? But I ducked to the bottom there in 3 and 4 because they went up high there. I was like, I just had a feeling that they were going to bump, battling for that last transfer spot. So I put it down low in hopes, and sure enough, man, they got together, and I'm like, oh, man, we just got to go for it now.
Yeah, man, great run. Yeah, like I said, you were the biggest mover in the race, up 9 positions. So you'll be rolling off in the big show tomorrow night. You got anybody you'd like to thank for your run?
Oh man, I got a lot of people to thank. I got my cousin Mark and Richie watching. I text them. I was like, hey man, I finally got power back after this storm. But Marshall Machinery, my brother, my wife for letting me do this. My son, he's a lot of fun. He enjoys watching me race. You guys for putting this on. Their car there. No, it's just awesome to be running with you guys, and really appreciate what you've done, and can't wait for tomorrow night.
Yeah, man, can't wait to watch that tomorrow night. I won't be running in it, but I'll be watching you run. Good run by you, my friend. Good luck.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
The 218 car, Kurt Schatzer, starts on outside pole. Took him a little bit, but captured the lead. Kurt, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I hear you, Joe.
Man, great run by you, my friend, and my fellow teammate. So it's always great to talk to you. Ended up finishing P1, so made the big show. How was the track? Did you learn anything you can use for tomorrow night?
100 laps is a long time. I'm sure the track's going to change a lot, so I'm not sure. I'm just going to feel it out as we go.
Yeah, that's kind of you can start. I don't know, way back in the field and win it with 100 laps. But great run by you, my friend. You put it in the show. You got anybody you'd like to thank for your run tonight?
Yeah, all the boys over at Icon Sim Sports. Rob Naylor, he'd go check him out. He built some pretty sweet rigs. And Roger, Preston for putting on the league. You doing the broadcast, and hope everything goes good with this charity fund that we're doing.
Yeah, man, great run, Kurt. And I will talk to you later, my brother. Congratulations on the win. You made both shows. That's great to see. So good luck tomorrow night.
Yep, thank you.
All right, man. So there you have it. There's your top three that will be heading to the big show tomorrow night. We will break for a commercial break, and we will be right back.
I am Sergeant Clay Warren. I suffered from PTSD. In 2013, I ended my own life. Now my voice has been brought back to speak to people like me. Know that you're not the only one. Things can get better. You don't have to carry that burden anymore. Speak up now to get the help that you need.
22 veterans end their lives every day. You just heard the reconstructed voice of one of them. Seek help at mission22.com.
Battle for the race lead off turn 4. White flag in the air. Justin Hares, top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. Can he get the lead? Yes, he does. And now here comes Janzik. Janzik goes by Query, and he goes by Inman. Gonna drag race off of turn 4. Shepard is there, but it's Larry White at the line. It's still gonna be Pat Ward, and they make contact. Britton has broken the race car. Peter Britton comes to a stop in
So welcome back to Charlotte Motor Speedway, the dirt track as Charlotte as it is. This is it. This is the last chance for drivers to punch their tickets to the Big Block show tomorrow night. 3 cars will transfer from this last chance qualifier. Looks like we got a field of about 16 drivers that will roll off, take the green flag. Logan Gill, currently the fastest in the practice with a 15.929. Brandon Templeton second, Brennan Weeks third, Aiden Young fourth, Dean Mitzler is fifth. We are getting ready to grid for this last chance to make it to the show. Kevin Fry, Randy Shreves will start on the front row. Hilton Berger in row number 2. Neubauer, Boyce in 3. Bixler, Baker in 4. Mitzler, Cramner in 5. Flieger, Callahan in 6. Young, Templeton in 7. Gill and Weeks round out your field of 16 drivers vying for 3 spots. Randy Shreves on the front row. My apologies. Kevin Fry in the 21-21 Designs machine will take us to the green flag. Outside of him, the 56 of Shreves. Bruce Hilton in the 10 car. Outside of him, the 2 of Berger. Zach Neubauer in the 52. Pat Boyce to his outside in the 41 machine. The 97 of Butch Baker is back with us. Appreciate the Venom driver for putting the GY6RN logo on the tail end of that car. Preston Cramner in the 07 machine. Steve Bixler in the 75. Callahan in the 55. Mitzler in the 49 machine. David Callahan outside. Adam Flieger in the 245 military themed car. The blacked out 31 with Mission 22 aboard. Aiden Young in the 69 Cool Ray machine. Brennan Weeks, Logan Gill. There's a look at all the cars in the field. The pace truck is off. Kevin Fry in the 21 machine will bring us to the green flag. 20 laps to get it done. Top 3 heading to the big show tomorrow night. Fry way down low. Randy Shreves not wasting any time getting to that high side. The 10 car moves up to 3rd position. Hilton to the 3rd position. Zach Neubauer in the 52. In P4, he's the first one on the outside looking in. He's battling out with a 2 car Berger. Berger kind of moved up high. Kevin Fry getting away from the field a little bit. Bruce Hilton in the 10 car in your 4th and final transfer position. We'll go on board with Chris Berger on the 4th position. First car on the outside looking in. Driver out of South Dakota by the looks of the inside sheet metal of this car. The caution does come out. Not sure what happened. We will take a look, see if we can't find it back of the field. 4 cars tangled up in the back of the field. Kevin Fry in the 21 machine still at the point. Fry, Shreves, Hilton, you're currently your 3 that would transfer to the big show if it ended right now. Brennan Weeks currently up 7 positions. He is your biggest mover of the race, currently in 9th position. Take a look at the front end of the 21 car. See the field starting to shape up behind him. They will start 2 wide. See what kind of jump Fry gets on the field. Randy Shreves to his outside still. The 10 car of Hilton. Currently in P3. Top 4 running where they started. '21 is off, gets a great jump on the field. You can see Randy Shreves behind him in the 56 machine. Hilton down low. Shreve's now getting a challenge from Hilton down low in the 10 car. Shreve's able to hold P2. Hilton has a challenge from the 07 car, Preston Cramner. Cramner up 6 positions from the start. 2 car dives down low, gets into the side of the 7 car. Brings out a caution. Preston Cramner with a great run. On lap 5 gets hit in the side. That will move Preston Cramner back in the field. Again, we ask that you keep focused on what this is all about. 22 veterans a day take their own lives, which is totally unacceptable. So we're doing our small part by raising awareness. If you know a veteran out there, you haven't heard from them in a while, reach out to them, check on them, see how they're doing. You never know what those folks are going through. That conversation could possibly save a life. Greatly appreciate the folks at Mission 22 for all the work they do for veterans. So glad to be call those people partners of Got Your Six Racing Network and Coast to Coast. Kevin Fry still at the front of the field. Got Randy Shreves to his rear. Bruce Hilton holding down P3. Top 3 are running where they started. Cramner does get his 4th position back. That's good to see. Pace truck should get the 1 to go this time by. Lights are off. I believe this will be the last double file restart. Everything after this will go single file. We are working lap 6 of 20. Brendan Weeks up 11 positions in the 12 car. We saw him have a great run in the small blocks. Punched his ticket to the show. Kevin Fry is off. Got Randy Shreves behind him. Brian Shreves down low, as is the 10 car. Looks like Cramner may have made contact again, this time with Brennan Weeks. Not sure what happened on the caution. We do have a car over. Steven Bixler. See what happened to Steven. Oh, the 49 car gets into the wall. No place for Steven to go. Ends up on the wrong end of that deal. No fault of his own. Kevin Fry on the point. We're going to do this 1 lap at a time, but we will get the 20 laps. This is the last race of the night. Kevin Fry trying to secure his ticket to the big show tomorrow night, as is Randy Shreves. Bruce Hilton are your top 3. Preston Cramner in the 07 up 6 positions, up to P4. The 12 car of Brennan Weeks gets his position back. He's up 11 from the start. We saw him move up a bunch of positions in the 358 modifieds and capture a transfer spot. So we'll see how Brennan Weeks does here. Lights are off on the pace truck. We do have 1 to go. They are doubled up. Kevin Fry will bring him to the green flag. Shreve still hit his outside. Go on board with Preston Cramner. Cramner now gets by the 10 car. Cramner running a little bit higher line. Randy Shreves in front of the 07. Hilton battling back down low. You hear Preston Cramner working the throttle. Hilton was able to get his third position back. We got all kinds of contact. Not sure if a caution will come out. Kevin Fry up front, working lap 9 of 20. Randy Shreves in P2. Hilton in 3. Brendan Weeks currently up 12 positions. Caution does come out. '55 car. Well, that started way in the back. Callahan gets into the 52, gets into the couple other cars. Everyone else was able to keep going. Up front, Kevin Fry leading the way. That 12 car up to P4 is bad news for the rest of the field. Brendan Weeks up 13 or 12 spots from the start. Working lap 9 of 20, so got a ways to go here. Track is starting to wear in just a little bit. They are doubled up one more time. 55 car off the track. So I don't know what's going on in the back of the field. Pace truck is off. 21 car will bring us to the green flag once again. Butch Baker in the 97 car up to P5. Up 3 positions from the start. Fry is off. Randy Shreves makes contact with the 10 car. Quick caution comes out. Getting ready to go green, but the lights are still on the pace truck, so we do have at least one more time around. Kevin Fry is off. Kevin Fry on the point. Gets a great jump on the field. Brendan Weeks, one more spot to finish a great run, up 14 positions. Preston Cramner currently in the third and final transfer position. Got Logan Gill and Butch Baker behind him. Gill running that high line. Brendan Weeks up against the wall. Kevin Fry running down low. Logan Gill dives underneath the 07 and working lap 14 of 20. 49 car makes contact. Spins around, brings out the caution. Extra horsepower, the big blocks make them super difficult to drive, as we heard from a previous earlier race. Someone said they were most of the time 3/4 throttle at the most. Brendan Weeks trying to move up into that P1, already in a transfer position, moved up 14 from the start. Ace Motorsports driver in the 12 machine, Preston Cramner in the third and final transfer position in a 07 machine. Logan Gill behind Preston Cramner. We'll go on board with the 12 car for the restart. Let's see how Kevin Fry's restarts are. 12 car gets a great jump. Brendan Weeks not wasting any time to get to that high side. Working the throttle, gets a good run off the top side of 2. Dives down low in 3 and 4. Preston Cramner gets a little bit loose. Logan Gill is now up to the third and final transfer position. 31 of Brandon Templeton up to P5. Battling it out with Butch Baker. Brendan Weeks gonna complete his 15th spot. Got it at the line, just barely. 21 car of Kevin Fry fighting back on that bottom side. Weeks on the top side, gets by the 21 car. Great battle. Brendan Weeks to the point. Up 15 positions from his starting position. Kevin Fry is not ready to give that position up quite yet. Those two are battling out. Fry down low, Weeks up high. Logan Gill sitting in the third and final transfer position, watching the action in front of him. Working lap 19 of 20. Weeks separating from the field a little bit. Looks like he's running high in 1 and 2, low in 3 and 4. Last lap. Weeks separating from the field. Kevin Fry in the 21 machine goes down low, blocks Gill. Logan Gill finishes P3. Brandon Templeton, Aiden Young round out your top 5 finishers. Great battle to the end. These drivers will go in for their podium shots. We will get an interview with each of the drivers. There are your 3 cars that are transferring into tomorrow night's big show. Brendan Weeks up 15 positions from his starting position. We will get a word with the 28 car of Logan Gill. Logan Gill started, Logan Gill up 12 positions from the start. Logan, this is Joe. You got me? Yeah, I got you. Hey, man, great run. How'd you get up through the field?
Honestly, my plan was to keep my nose clean until that first caution come out and I was on my lid. And I managed to tow and get back out right before the flag dropped again and didn't go a lap down. And then from there, it was just playing catch up and just go where they ain't.
Yeah, man, I guess you played catch up pretty darn well, up 12 positions. Did you learn anything that you can use tomorrow night?
Yeah, I mean, Charlotte's one of them tracks that it's hard to pass when it's tacky, but once it starts to slick off, you can start to move around and find a couple different lines. And I was trying a little bit there at the end to see if I could run down second place, and I gained a lot of momentum, but a little bit too late on the catch there. So we'll try to get a good result tomorrow.
Yeah, man, great run by you. You're in the big show. So you got anybody you'd like to thank for your run?
Yeah, I got to thank all the guys over at CBR. Roger for letting me enter a little late into the show, about actually 2 hours beforehand, and I got to thank all the guys over at Apex Industries, Ryan Conrad Performance, my dad at Eastern Iowa Landscape, KS Engineering, just everybody on the car that makes this thing go around. Andy over at Cool Ray Heating and Air, just everybody.
Yeah, man, great run by you. Good luck tomorrow night. I look forward to watching that race.
Yep, thank you.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the 21 car of Kevin Fry started from the pole, led most of the race. Kevin, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, sir. Got you.
Man, great run, brother. Not sure what Brennan Weeks did. He was up 15 positions from the start, so he was definitely on a rail. Did you learn anything that you could use for tomorrow night?
Yeah, go to the top a little bit faster.
Yeah.
No, it was the bottom was good. It was just I think he had a little bit more momentum up top, obviously, carrying the speed. So I wish I would have moved up a little bit faster, but it is what it is. It was a fun race still.
Yeah, man, you're in the big show tomorrow night, so that's a plus. Kind of hard to gauge, I guess, on a track with this few of cars, this few of laps. Going to be running 100 laps tomorrow, so that track's going to change drastically. You got anybody you'd like to thank for your run?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank the team that I'm on, the Fern Motorsports, and Sean Bowers for the being in the eye in the sky. I appreciate him spotting for me while he's in the big show already. So he was helping me get through the field and through the small blocks at least, and helping me with this one here. So appreciate him.
Yeah, man. Once again, and we appreciate you at Coast to Coast Racing for sure for all the work that you do for the league. And I'll get to watch you tomorrow night. I won't be in the show, so can't wait to watch you, man. Congratulations, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
I appreciate you. Thank you for doing everything that you do with the broadcasting. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Fry comes home P2. But the driver of the event, Brennan Weeks, up 15 positions from his starting position. Brennan, this is Joe. You got me?
I got you.
Man, you ever start on the pole, you're going to be tough to beat, my friend, because you're up 15. I can't remember in the 358s, maybe 12 or 14. Again, great run by you. How'd you get through the field?
I just bypassed time, had a couple of cautions, and luckily I could get through that middle just like I could in that last race.
Yeah, I noticed at the end, and I even mentioned it on the broadcast, you were running high in 1 and 2, low in 3 and 4, and really making it work, man. Up 15 positions. You passed more cars tonight than we probably have in the league. So great run by you. You got anybody you'd like to thank for your run?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Saber Motorsports. He's been helping my wheel a lot, and he's got something figured out, and it helped a bunch. And then Bomb Graphics, y'all for broadcasting, and them for letting me in late.
Yeah, man, great run by you. So you're in the both events tomorrow night, so this ought to be fun. I'll be in the first one, but we'll definitely be watching you in the big blocks. You came from way back in the field, so great work by you, man, and welcome to the show, and I wish you luck tomorrow night.
I appreciate it. You too.
Yes, sir. Have a good night. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There is the last chance qualifiers. Great racing. Brennan Weeks on a rail. I'm not sure where that came from, but great run by him. And the field should be set. We still have auctioned off starting positions, so you can't race your way in. You might as well buy your way in if you have the money. All the proceeds go to a great cause, go to Mission 22. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
I'm Chris Jackamick, and I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Throughout my military career, I spent the bulk of my career out in Las Vegas. It was the first job I had as I was protecting some sensitive resources out there at Nellis. I would deploy to Kuwait early on in my military career with a larger weaponry system to support Operation Southern Watch. And then from 2003 to 2006, I was part of the emerging drone mission for the United States Air Force and Department of Defense. We were fighting the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan from our backyard. You'd be in war for 12 hours of your shift, and then you'd drive home to your apartment here in Nevada. So psychologically, it was very odd. Like, you felt you were in the combat zone every day because you were seeing it on the screens and it was that important. But I don't know what it did to the human psyche at the time. Some things would kind of happen in my personal life after that would change a lot. When Adam joined the Marine Corps, it was a natural fit. Anybody who joins the military, especially after 9/11 happened, you're looking for that purpose. I think that's why he made the choice. It's like, let me go be a Marine. He was in between Fallujah and Ramadi during the heaviest parts of the fighting of the Iraq conflict. I mean, you hear guys like Jocko and everything talk about like the triangle of death. My brother was dead set in the middle of the triangle of death with a Marine unit. I think it changed him. Like, you look at everything across history, you read any of the books out there, war changes anybody that's been involved with it. Trauma or mass events like that changes anybody, and it really changed my brother. And I get that call. I get the text actually from my stepmom. It's like, I need you to call me as soon as possible. Something's wrong with Adam. All right. Didn't think anything of it. And I'm about to pull off the highway to go celebrate and have some pizza with my classmates. And she's like, Adam's dead. Adam's dead. He had died by suicide that day. 25th of July, 2017. And it changed my world forever.
I think that was the first time I saw or heard someone broken through the phone. There was a time where I was concerned that he wasn't going to make it. There were times I thought, we're going to have to camp out outside of his house, or we might get that phone call. Are we ready for that phone call?
I couldn't catch a break. A fellow first sergeant I served with, he had died by suicide. On the day of my buddy's funeral, I'm going through social media and I see this, what appears to be a manifesto from one of my old airmen. My first thought was like, today's not gonna be a good day. And sadly, my hunch was right. He had killed his own family and taken his own life on the day of my buddy's funeral. It was just compounding trauma after trauma after trauma. I cracked. I fell hard with alcohol. That was rock bottom. I first heard about Mission 22 just by like surfing the internet and looking on there and seeing some of the programs that they had available. I was like, something seems right about this. To be in a program like the R&R program with them and the innovative things that they're putting together, I have not seen in any other veteran nonprofit. It's putting all this stuff together to heal in the most effective way possible. They're making you do a lot of the hard work through reading, through audiobooks, through physical fitness, through nutrition, open discussion, critical thinking, neuroplasticity and cognitive feedback to where you're developing the brain more. It's given me a chance to regain my life. Cycling's been a big part of my recovery. Is around the time I retired, a little over a year ago, I set forth as like, let me set this goal to ride 2,020 miles in 2020 for another veteran nonprofit that supports Gold Star families and those lost either to accident or to suicide. Every time I got on that bike, I was like, you know what? There's a name, there's a dash that I'm gonna honor today. Not the dates on the gravestone. Is like, I'm gonna honor that life. So it gave me purpose. And it just became like a release for me to where the pedals would spin and I would get out of my head for a little bit. Physically, I was starting to feel better. I could see the improvements, and I've tracked my data over the past year, and it's phenomenal on the growth that I've had on a bike.
He's just on a mission and is relentless about it. Every day he pushes it. From the loss of his brother and a number of different trauma that he had gone through in his life, it was absolutely critical for him to find something that he could sink his teeth into. I think he's taken the ball and run with it with Mission 22, especially the R&R, the recovery and resilience part. I think it makes him stronger in the person that he is today.
I don't know why I fell on the bike.
And a number of different trauma.
It was just like, okay, he called me, and then I kept going.
Critical.
So that scene from Forrest Gump where he just starts running one day and it ends up in Monument Valley in Utah? He's like, I'm tired, I think I'll go home now. I'm not tired yet. I'm not ready to throw the towel in like Forrest Gump did. I'm getting on that bike and I'm keeping on going because there's something about it. There's something about just getting out in nature, having that breeze in your face and seeing some of the beautiful landscape here in Las Vegas where it takes you away from the stressors and the challenges of the world for a little bit. And you can just appreciate the beauty that is out there. I'm not tired and be in the moment. I'm not ready to throw the towel in like Forrest Gump did. I'm getting on that bike and I'm keeping on going. And then it got serious because the Air Force enrolled me in the Air Force Wounded Warrior program and it transformed into Lo and Behold training. If I do this well, maybe I can go represent the Air Force. Maybe my grief and everything in my entire story can come to fruition because I can put the energy into something positive. And then it got serious. Because the Air Force enrolled me in the Air Force Wounded Warrior program. It's from the Lo and Behold training. If I do this well. If I made the team, I'd just be overwhelmed with emotion. I suffered a lot of my trauma because of my military service, but at the end, it's like, I gotta be grateful that I'm allowed to compete in this because there are others who didn't make it home or lost the war at home that's what it's about.
Please welcome our very own director of the Air Force Wounded Warrior Program, Colonel Rich Obert. Over to you, sir.
Welcome, warriors and athletes. Today we're going to announce the 2021 Air Force Team for Warrior Games. The selection was difficult as there were many hardworking and deserving individuals, and the work and dedication was apparent by all. I know the suspense is killing you, so I'll turn it back over to Marcia. Good luck to each of you. Back to you, Marcia.
All right, thank you, sir. Starting us out from Air Education and Training Command, Major Daniel, Lieutenant Dan Cariña. Yes, yes, yes. Air Combat Command, out of Texas, Master Sergeant Nicole Nikki Favuza. From Valdosta, Georgia, Technical Sergeant retired Antonio Del Vecchio. From East Liberty, Ohio, Airman retired Pete Murphy.
Wow. We look at Mission 22 and we see all the shirts, we see all the flags out there. I don't think enough of the people understand how big the programs actually are and how that is actually in there. And like, I'm a benefactor from the donations of these private donors that are there to allow me to live life, to improve life for not only myself, but for friends, for fellow veterans, for my children, for my girlfriend, for my family, is to be that, to say, you know what? We can keep going at the end of the day. We can keep going, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how difficult life becomes, we can keep going.
We have this value in the Air Force, this belief, a wingman concept. We're gonna take care of each other. We've got each other. And it gives us hope, right? And so if you have been knocked down, I say this a lot, by the baseball bat of life, right? You're on the ground. If you know that someone's got you, it's got your six, no matter what, that's gonna help you get back up again. And that's part of Mission 22, I think, for him. That connection, that human connection, that's what's gonna save us. Yeah, that's what saved him. He can be a light in darkness. No matter how dark that spiral is, to know that someone got back up again and navigated their way out, that they can get through it too, that they are not alone. Not for one moment of one day. That's what he could be. He could be a beacon of light.